The following program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.
Hi, this is Ken Gidge, and this is The Art of Politics. You've heard me say it's the only show of its type.
It is.
And that is factual. It's factual because no two people will sit down who are so different, one Republican, one Democrat.
One gives facts, one gives fiction.
The way we fight and get away with it without hitting each other. And this is co-host Alphonse.
I haven't been here for a while, been busy.
Actually, we were both here last week, and everybody took. And then the week before, you weren't here.
I was on vacation. The week before that, I was.
Well, I was supposed to be here, so.
I was in Washington D.C. the week before that.
And you're going back to Washington next week.
I'll be there Wednesday to Saturday.
You know, there's so much politics going on, and I don't know where to start. I mean, I can't take Trump's side and win, because I usually can take two sides. But I want somebody to hear us. I want everybody to hear this speech that was written by Sorgen. And he's the one who wrote West Wing, and he's just one of the great writers of today. And this is one of his characters, and they're sitting in the auditorium, and this man basically is like a newsman. And he's sitting in this audience, and they're asking other news people questions. And this is what happens when it comes to him. I think you're going to find it very, very interesting.
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Diversity and opportunity.
Lewis, freedom and freedom. So let's keep it that way. Well, why is it not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer. You're saying yes. Let's talk about, fine. Sharon, the NEA is a loser. Yeah, it accounts for a penny out of her paycheck, but he gets to hit you with it anytime he wants. It doesn't cost money. It costs votes. It costs airtime. Column inches. You know why people don't like liberals? Because they lose. If liberals are so fucking smart, how come they lose so goddamn always? Hey, and with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom. All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst worst, period, generation, period, ever, period. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Yosemite? Sure used to be. We stood up for what was right. We fought for moral reasons. We passed laws, struck down laws for moral reasons. We waged wars on poverty, not poor people. We sacrificed. We cared about our neighbors. We put our money where our mouths were, and we never beat our chest. We built great big things, made ungodly technological advances, explored the universe, cured diseases, and we cultivated the world's greatest artists and the world's greatest economy. We reached for the stars, acted like men. We aspired to intelligence. We didn't belittle it. It didn't make us feel inferior. We didn't identify ourselves by who we voted for in the last election, and we didn't scare so easy. We were able to be all these things and do all these things because we were informed by great men, men who were revered. First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore. Enough?
Okay, that's it.
That's the perfect example why Donald Trump said, let's make America great again. Right there.
Well, it's so. This speech.
I thought it was awesome.
Yes, this speech has taken so many people. Oop, I'm sorry. All right, okay. We got to, ladies and gentlemen, I got to turn this off. Okay. So, we're talking, one can see, if you listen to this, we're not the greatest country in the world.
No, if you look at
All
the
right, okay.
statistics.
If you look at the statistics. So Donald Trump comes along and says, hey, let's make America great again.
Right.
Well, my opinion, he doesn't have the capabilities
Well, that's
to
your
do it.
opinion, but
My
he's proving you wrong.
But this speech
Proves what he
has
ran on.
got so many people awake to the fact this is the greatest or could be the greatest again, but it's
Right.
not. And for you or to me to sit here and say America is not the greatest country in the world, that sounds ridiculous, doesn't it?
Right, it does sound ridiculous as Americans, and I believe that we are, but I believe that we've slid too far to the left, our country. We've slid into taking more money from hardworking people to give it to people that we forced to sit at home on the system and not go back to work. That's what we've done.
Al,
That's what we've done in this
Al,
country. Instead of giving a hand up,
no,
we've given a
no,
hand
no.
out.
That's dimensional. This speech is saying that we stop the science, we stop the medicine, we stopped the great ideas, we stopped a whole bunch of things for so
Right.
many reasons.
Which I don't think we stopped. I think we slowed down.
Why?
Well,
It's not money.
No, it's not the money. It's just that, take a look at the workforce. Look what's going on in our country in the workforce. Look at here in New Hampshire. So many jobs that are available, that are posted every day, but yet we still got thousands on our welfare program sitting home.
It's not thousands.
Yeah, it is
No,
thousands.
you make it, no, please, I'll tell you what, please understand everyone out there are people who need
Yes,
welfare.
I agree.
There are people
I agree.
who use it and abuse it, and when they find one person who uses it and abuses it, they all act, one particular group, as if it's the worst thing in the world that could happen. That's just not factual.
So you're saying everyone on welfare in New Hampshire is
Didn't say that.
disabled?
You heard me.
Because disabled
No, excuse
people
me.
we
You
take
heard
care of.
me. I said,
No, you just said we found one. That's what you said.
no.
You know?
No. One makes everybody look bad.
But we have so many.
Oh,
what I'm trying to tell you.
Come on.
Look at the study they did on our welfare before. Look at the $60-something million we just voted on to put into Medicaid expansion because of all the people that went on to Medicaid expansion. Look at how we just passed law here in New Hampshire, forcing many of those people to go to work.
Do you know when
Did we do that?
When this person wrote this, he did a lot of research. And one thing that he did find out was one of the reasons why we're not going forward is what?
Wait, say that again?
Medical. There are still more and probably divorces, more bankruptcies because of people can't pay their doctor bills, their hospital bills.
Right.
They can't do it. There's more bankruptcies for that. How can we, as a country, go forward without having something for everybody that they can afford?
Are you selling out there to pay for help and pay?
No, tell me.
What are you doing?
No. Do you tell me?
What I'm telling
The
you is...
Republicans are going to do what?
The Republicans want to give block grants to the states, for the states under constitutional Article 10, states' rights to run their own insurance programs. One size does not fit all.
Excuse me. I'm in insurance in the state.
No, you're not.
That's not how it works.
No, you're not in insurance.
Yes,
Why do you
I am.
always say that?
Because that's my committee.
If you were insurance and your speaker at the time would have had confidence in you enough to pass Medicaid expansion, they bypassed your insurance committee.
Well, I don't think...
It went to finance.
Yeah, they probably
Give it a
did
break,
because
will
even
ya?
the Republicans were...
Give it a break with that.
No, hold on, Al. Come on now. Please, let's look at this in a different way.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be... we're going to argue as usual. But do you realize the hurt that people go through who can't afford insurance? What they want to do now is say, everybody can get insurance. Everybody can get insurance. Yeah, everybody can get insurance, but you can't afford it. Al says they're going to do what? They're going to let the states,
Handle it, right.
Where's the states going to get the money?
Instead of the federal, we're going to get...
Where are we going to get the money?
We send so much money to Washington, D.C. through our federal taxes. It's only right that we get so much money back.
Well, Al, I've argued that before.
Okay, and this is why I raised hell there, where we had a bond when the Democrats were in charge. They bond $200 million for 93. Instead of going after Cal Shea Porter at the time, and Senator Ayotte and others, and Shaheen, to get money for the 93 project, because it's a federal highway to help offset the money.
I will go with you with that,
Now,
but I do...
I wanna
excuse
explain
me, go ahead. But what I want to get from you today, do you want everybody insured and can afford it just like your president or person who's being elected? Do you want it the way he wanted it?
I want to help people get insurance.
Do you want it the way he wanted
to
it?
me. Shut up for a second. Okay, you asked me a question, let me answer. I want to help people get insurance, but I want them to go to work and pay their fair share. This is America, the land of the free.
Oh, come on.
People should be working.
That's getting old.
No, but they should be working.
That's getting old.
Do you know right now? I'm going to read something
we were talking about this. How can a mother...
I want to read
How
you
can
something.
a mother go to work if she's sick and she can't get medicine?
But we take care of those.
How can you do that? No, we don't take care of those.
Before Obamacare came in, okay, New Hampshire already had a wait list there helping people that could not get insurance. We were paying for many, little by little, adding more on, take them off the list as more money came in. We had children insurance. We had Medicaid in place where we were helping low income. We didn't need Obamacare. 22,000 people who were working got knocked off their insurance.
Do you want what your president says? Everybody can afford it. Everyone will get it.
No, they want to do lower interest, lower premiums.
Do you? Everyone can afford it.
I want to see
everyone can get it.
I want to see everyone.
And the last policy they came up with was what? 22 million losing their insurance? And guess what? 17 Republicans are doing this. Not one woman in there. 17 Republicans.
This article came out August 31st of 2013 through the union leader here in New Hampshire. A new study says some welfare recipients receive $37,160 in benefits a year in New Hampshire. But a state welfare official says few, if any, get that much because they aren't eligible to collect from every available program. Now,
Well, how much do they get?
what's going on
Is
here?
that a family or a person?
Okay, then it says it's like an hourly wage of $19.11 that they're getting, because they also up to $40,000 a year. They receive much as welfare recipient collects. Okay, in New Hampshire, there's an article. Now it's going up a little.
No, you're not. Hold on a second.
You want to read the article?
Yeah, I'll tell you
Read
what.
the article.
So what you're saying
Read the
is
article,
that people
there,
on
know-it-all.
welfare are making $40,000 a year.
Read the article, know-it-all.
Is that a family?
Read the article.
Is this a family?
A family, yes.
A family.
A
Okay.
family.
So now you're talking about
Okay.
family. Now,
Now-
does this family have kids?
Yeah, they have kids.
All right,
yes.
$40,000. You got
Yes.
2 kids.
Right.
Husband, wife.
Yes.
Have to pay rent. Have to
Right.
pay. Right. They can't afford anything else. So where do they go to? The soup kitchens or places to
No,
get there?
no.
No, you can live 4 people
You know something?
living.
I'm going to tell you right
4
now.
people,
this,
2 kids,
in the
husband and
military-
wife can live on
In
$40,000
the
a year.
military, a young lance corporal with kids, my wife, I know, my son's in the Marines, I was in the Marines, offer $30,000 a year, feeding a family, okay, living in a home, okay? Give it a
Excuse
break.
me?
Why you
Excuse
can't?
me?
You wanna know
There
something?
are more service people on welfare
Yeah.
around the areas of large.
Okay.
All right. Now, why is that?
Have you ever gone into a
Excuse me.
home?
Excuse me. You're telling.
Have you ever gone into a
You're
home
telling me
of a welfare
that
somebody
you're
that's getting
telling me
welfare?
that the military take care of the military. Do
I'm
they?
saying, no, they don't. Not as good as they should. No.
Why
because
are there
because
people
young
on
Marines,
the? Why are
young
people?
military is still collecting food
Okay.
stamps.
Why? Right.
Yeah.
Still collect. Why?
But they're working. But they're still working.
Excuse me.
They're giving them a hand up. Not sitting
Excuse me.
collecting.
These people are out there fighting and dying for us, and it's okay for them to be on food stamps, their family?
Ken, it's not okay. I know it's not okay. Why do you think I bring it up? Okay, but I don't see any Democrats kicking in the door in Washington.
I am
to get it
trying to
collected.
kick in the door.
I see.
I've taken your side when it comes to
If you're-
veterans. You ought to know that.
If you're on Social Security, in the last 8 years, twice under Obama, only 3 times in our country, okay, a history from my understanding, what I've read, that Social Security recipients did not get elderly, did not get a COLA. 1, I believe, was under Carter, 2 under Obama. So when they raise your taxes and raise everything last year, you know the elderly, you didn't get a pay raise, a COLA raise, but your Medicaid costs went up, Medicare.
You know.
Okay?
You know.
The Democrats.
You know something. We just listened to a speech.
Right.
Okay. Why aren't we the best nation in the world anymore? You
Because-
want to know why?
I know why.
Because people
I know
can't afford to be creative.
No, they
They
can't.
can't afford to,
You know something?
to go out and
You know, I
to do.
can't believe that. America is the greatest country in the world is education.
You
and
heard
everything.
it. It's
Opportunity.
not.
The American dream is there. Okay? It's just that we got a lot of people
Yeah.
that are lazy.
The
we're-
American dream is there.
Yes, American dream
Right.
is there.
Yeah.
Yes.
You don't like Obama. They've taken $750 billion out of the insurance of Obama. They're trying to put something
No, they
together,
haven't.
and it's going to be better.
No, they haven't. Obama took over $500 million out of Medicare from our elderly, okay, to put into
did not.
Yeah, he did.
He
yes,
did
he
not.
Here we go. You know something? I forgot my computer today so I can prove to him he's a liar, okay? Because he don't believe nothing that I say. You do the Google search yourself. Obama took 500, it might have been 700. I'm going low. I believe it was 500 billion out of Medicare. Do you want me to show
No,
you?
it's not Medicare.
Do you want me to show you
In
out of
fact,
Medicare?
No. He
Do you
helped
want
the
me to show you you're
expansion.
wrong again?
You know, I got a question.
You want me to show you you're wrong?
Why is it that they're
Did-
taking out 700 and something billion
Obama
over 10 years? They are turning around and they're taking Medicare
Billions
billions
out
of
of
insurance.
Medicare.
No, they're not
Medicare
taking billions out
Get
of
Obama.
Medicare. They're taking billions out.
to pay
Oh my God.
for
Okay.
Obamacare.
right.
You don't believe me. You don't
All right.
believe me. Mr. Know-It-All, you don't
All right,
believe
okay.
me.
Well, so 700 million. Not a
Billion.
Not a billion, 700 million. Okay.
700 billion. You just heard God
No,
speak.
700
billion.
that they're taking out.
Billion with a B.
They're taking out.
They took out. No, Obama.
No, they're taking
Obama
out.
took out.
No. They're taking out right now. So there will be no, and people won't be able to afford
Okay.
it.
Here we go. Political. This is PolitiFacts. Okay. Obamacare robbed Medicare of $700 billion. Former Arkansas. Okay. Governor Huckabee was the one that pushed it out. Illegals. Wait a minute. Huckabee. Let me go to the actual article. It is also important to note that the savings come at the expense of insurers and hospitals, not beneficiaries. The $700 billion figure is also old from 2012 report. It came in by the Congressional Budget Office.
Well, we're going to
Okay.
find the Congressional Budget Office about 3 weeks ago came out and said 20 million people are going to lose their insurance. Now, I got a question to ask you. It's your president. He ran. You voted for him. He did some awful things to get there. He finally got there, but on the way he said, everyone's going to have insurance. Everyone's going to afford it. Everyone is going to be cared for. Nobody is going to be dying in the street. Everyone will have it and will be able to afford it. Now, right now, the insurance companies and the 17 Republicans behind closed doors are saying, guess what? 700 and something billion taken away.
760 billion in cuts to Medicare program. Here it is right now. This is under the fact check. Okay?
God.
Just so you know. I just want you to know that.
Yeah,
that was under Medicare.
yeah,
Okay, that he
okay.
took from the seniors. You Democrats are hypocrites.
I got a
You didn't care then
No, wait.
about the elderly.
I have a question for you. Do you believe what your president said when he said he wants everyone to have insurance that they can afford?
Yes, that they can afford.
That they can
That
afford.
they can afford, yes.
Okay, so if the bill comes up and and there's an insurance law and people can't afford it, are you
Okay.
going to be against him? Are you going to fight this?
No, but we already had laws there in place there. We had laws in place where if you didn't have insurance, you could still go to the hospital. They could not turn you away.
Oh, I see, but that was kind of a problem, and one reason why we went is because people were using, because they couldn't afford it, were using the hospitals
Right.
of walking into the emergency rooms.
And then you put Obamacare in, and they're still using the emergency rooms like they did before. Look at the Harvard study. Look at the study out there in Washington State. Okay?
Why is it that you, as a Republican, as a Trump supporter, will not go against him if everyone cannot get their insurance? If the people who have existing conditions
That's part of the deal.
can get insurance
that's part of the
at
deal.
$100,000 a year?
No, that's not true. You just threw out a bogus number.
All right, I got a question.
You just threw out a bogus
I got a
number.
question.
Okay.
I got a question. How about if I'm correct? They can't afford to get it.
Here in
So what are you going to do?
Here in New Hampshire, people with pre-existing conditions, do they pay $100,000 a year? You just threw out both.
No, they don't.
How come?
Because of
How come?
Obamacare.
No, that's not true.
That's right.
No, they're
because
not.
of Obamacare.
No, because New Hampshire's still running a wait list. New Hampshire's still taking care of them.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yes, they are.
Yeah, we are. We just
We're
voted.
still under Obamacare.
But we just voted to put
We're
more money.
still under Obamacare.
In the budget, we just voted to
We're
put more
still
money.
under Obamacare.
Okay?
What are we going to do when
Give it a
we're under
break.
Trump care?
You know something? Obamacare is bankrupting people. Okay? Obamacare, we here in New Hampshire, I got people that call me, I can't afford the $12,000 deductible, so I don't go to the doctors. So then they wait and they get sicker and sicker, and then they go.
Okay.
I can't afford the $6,000 premium before my insurance kicks in. I can't, that's crazy. We never had that before.
Yes,
that problem.
and one of the things that are really crazy that we pay 8 to 10 times more for our drugs than, let's say, Canada. That's crazy.
Trump
Why?
Trump wants them to be able
Trump
to buy.
did nothing.
No, that's not true.
Trump did nothing.
You're a liar again.
Really?
I'm calling you
Really?
a liar.
No, you're a liar.
I'm calling you a liar.
You're stupid.
Trump has been there
Not
6
ignorant.
months.
No,
Trump
wait a
has
minute.
only
No,
been
you're
there.
ignorant, not
Trump
stupid.
has been there 6. He's on his 7th month. Okay, no, he's still 6 months. Give it a break, will you? It's the
They're behind
Congress.
closed doors now doing the insurance,
But the
and there is
Congress-
nothing in there. They're not
It's
arguing
the
with the.
Congress in the Senate. The president signs the bill, dummy. Okay, they're working on it. Wake up. You just don't know because
Well,
they bypassed Commerce
You just
here
get
in New Hampshire.
You just get ready to say goodbye to a lot of Republicans.
You know, if you're from New Hampshire residents, you know the real deal. You know the ones that are sitting home thinking, do I go to the doctor? How do I pay the deductible? What should I do? How do I pay this here? Monthly payment every month, plus my premiums, my high premiums. Give it a break. Well, you know it all. You have no clue. You stay behind your canvas drawing. I'll bet my last dime.
Al, is something called single payer, where everyone basically goes on to Medicare. But hold on a second, this is
Single
a
payer.
federal,
Yeah.
right? And
See how
it
that's-
seems to be
you see how
running
that's
good.
working in UK?
Now wait a minute, and everybody pays into it far more than they're paying now, and it runs real well. But you know why we won't do that? You know why?
Why?
No insurance companies.
Mm-hmm.
How are they going to take care of it? So they're making zillions. Oh, and by the way, and by the way,
the government's the answer.
You got no.
The government's
you,
the answer.
Yes, yes,
government.
yes, absolutely.
The government.
Absolutely.
Don't worry about it. Sit home.
No, I'll tell
you. Don't have to go to work. The government will take you. Obama cut. You know, I had a nurse in my house here that was talking to me there. She could only work 34 hours, okay, under Obamacare. 34 hours, and she can't go over that there. They cut the workforce
Look,
under Obamacare.
I'll tell you what.
What don't you understand?
I'll give you what you said, but take one step back. You think the government should not get into the drug business and say, wait a minute.
I think
you're making 10 times more on us than you are in Canada. You don't think the government should say you can't do that?
I think the government should open up the commerce laws and give authority so states can cross borders and buy.
Okay, how about the Canadian borders? Can we go to the Canadian border? Can we go to Canada?
Should be able to wheel and deal with the pharmaceutical
Can we go to Canada?
companies. We should be able to.
Well, guess what? Guess what? There will be a bill put in by a senator and myself. Would you like to get on it?
Yeah.
Huh? So New Hampshire will have the right to go to Canada to buy their drugs.
There was already one put in before. And the
No,
Democrats
not like this. Not like this.
There was one that was put in before, and the
Not
Democrats
like
didn't
this.
pass.
Not like
didn't
this.
pass under the Democrats.
No.
Am I lying? Am I lying again?
You're not.
That it didn't pass
You're
under the
not
Democrats when
lying.
you were in
It's
charge.
not the same thing.
Oh, tell me how it's going to be then. Tell me how it's going to be. What's the difference of the bill that was put in about 5 years ago?
You know what's
What's
good.
the
You know what's good about Trump people?
What?
They will confuse things. When we're talking about, you're saying that the government should do nothing and stay out of everything.
I didn't say nothing.
Do you think the government should not stand up and say to the drug companies, you can't do this?
I did not say that. So you put words into my mouth
but
as usual.
do you think the government should say, you can't do this to our people?
I think the government should step in and pass commerce laws to be able to go cross borders. Okay, and buy pharmaceuticals from other. They should be able to wheel and deal with these companies.
No.
Oh, clean your ears.
All right, hold on. You mean when you say cross borders, you're not talking about Massachusetts.
I'm
New
talking
Hampshire.
about Canada.
You're
I'm talking about Mexico. But I'm talking about we got to make sure they're also approved.
Love.
You know, we got to make sure they're approved.
I
also.
would love to grab some countries. Okay. They all come together.
Mm-hmm.
They buy the hospitals. They put in all their stuff. They do absolutely half the price, put all the other insurance companies out of business, and still make a profit.
Now, how come Canada, that has such a great insurance company, they're waiting months for appointments, they come into the United States here for treatment? How come? How come?
Well, that's a good point.
How come?
No, that's a good point.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you say the single pay insurance is great.
Hold on a second. Do you pay? Well, you don't pay a.
Have you been watching the news in the UK?
Wait, why don't you let me finish?
Go ahead. I'm
Okay?
trying to be like you when I grow up.
Why don't you let me finish?
I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Look.
Did you cut me off all the time?
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Raise the.
You walk into an emergency room, all right? you must wait maybe 8 hours. And they triage, meaning if you're really bad, you go first. You probably can't get an X-ray that day unless they really truly believe your arm is broken, or an MRI once a week. It's open for 24 hours. You're absolutely right.
Okay.
They have
Get to the point.
decided
Yes.
that what they're going to do is they're going to cut a lot of this foolishness out so they can have insurance. But people who can afford it will go over here to get it done first.
Okay.
People who can afford it.
Right.
All the people who cannot afford it are insured.
They die younger. They die. Waiting, just like the veterans community.
They die young. What are you
That-
talking about? They die younger.
That program.
Did you
in
hear what
Canada,
you know what
in
triage
UK,
means?
I know what. I'm very familiar
All
with
right,
triage.
okay. Tell me what triage means.
Triage, where they set up an emergency. We do it in the military all the time.
All
in
the time?
combat.
You do?
We do it in the military.
Really?
We set up.
You
a
do a
combat.
triage?
We have a triage.
Are you saying somebody walks
I'm
into
saying
an emergency
somebody walks in.
room
If you
and
were-
they're very, very sick? Someone's not going to triage
we
them?
have triage centers set up in the military, whereas if you got shot, you boom right into the triage. Okay, with these emergency room nurses and everything, and doctors in the ready position. But the thing is, when you get so many of them, after a while, the system slows down. Like in Canada, okay, wake up. What do you think?
No.
Now you know something.
No.
You know, to prove a fact,
You
what
know,
I'm trying to say is-
hold on a second. Hold on a second.
way the
wait
Democrats
a
think-
minute. I keep talking about Canada, but there's about 10 countries around
look
the
at
world.
UK right
about
now.
10, no.
What's the
10
big story in UK
companies
right now
around the
with their
world
single-payer
that do
insurance?
it differently.
What is the big thing about
But
UK?
they take care of everybody.
What is going on
You want
in the
people
UK?
off welfare?
What is on the news
you
right
want,
now?
Do you want people off welfare?
I want
If
people-
they're sick and they can't work and they can't get insurance,
You know something?
they go on welfare.
Ken, clean your ears. Did I not say if you're disabled and we take care of you? Did not? Republicans believe in that. Well, we got too many.
Really?
We got too many that.
Really?
Oh, Ken, stop acting like an idiot.
Really? Are you telling
acting
me
like an idiot.
a person with an existing condition,
A disability.
under what's coming out
A
of,
disability, yes.
all right, will be able to afford insurance?
They're doing it now in New Hampshire.
Yes.
Okay. No.
It's called
Before-
Obamacare.
Before Obamacare came in.
And guess what? And guess what? What they're putting in is the states can make up their mind if they can
Let me
get
ask you
existing conditions. That means the insurance companies will do
You
it.
want to pay. You want everybody to have insurance, right? That's a Democrat way. But if you notice, Democrats have lost governorship throughout the whole country in seats. They lost over 1,000 legislative seats throughout the country for their stupidity, big government answers.
What is this?
No.
Did he say this?
What's that?
He said, if the liberals were so good, how come they're losing everything?
That's right. They are.
This is
He's
what.
right.
And by the way,
That they're so
there was
good.
like 2 or 3
So what he's
swears which
saying-
will have to be taken out.
What he's
I agree
saying,
with you.
If he's so good, they want government
I
to do everything.
absolutely agree with
You
you.
realize
if
it-
we're so
Okay.
good, why are we not the governor? Why aren't we
How?
the Senate? Why aren't we the House?
That's right.
But I got news
But
for
you're
you.
not.
You guys are so bad, we're going to go back,
Yeah, okay.
and you're going to be
I
sitting
know.
on the other side.
Y'all been hearing that for the last 8 years under Obama, right? Okay.
Right.
Let me ask you something.
You know,
I got a question for you.
Okay, question.
How do you pay all these people insurance? Where's the money come from? To pay for everybody to have insurance. Where's the money come from? How do you pay for it? What? That's a Democrat answer.
Okay.
How do you pay for it? How do you pay for it? Give me an answer. You got this great idea. Everybody gets insurance. How do you pay for it?
You know how?
Yeah, tell me.
It goes through insurance companies.
And who pays the insurance companies? Where's the money coming from?
The people who earn the money from working.
Oh, the people who earns the money
Earn it
from
for
working.
But the
So-
problem now is they can't afford it.
Do you
so
know-
they can't afford to work.
Do you know if I'm taxed anymore?
Oh my God, you're
if I'm
taxed
if I'm taxed,
anymore.
if I keep paying more taxes, I actually have to sell
Oh
my
my
house.
God.
I have to move out of my home.
Oh, pff,
If they keep taking
will
money out
never
of, if
do
they
that.
keep taking money out of my retirement or my pay,
by the way,
I have to sell my house. My quality of
but
life
that's
goes
your,
down.
That's your city.
No.
That's your county.
No, I'm saying even the federal tax that they pay. If my federal tax goes up, that means I can't afford to pay other stuff.
Look, this is Sorgan, who did this. Okay, you can get the speech. It's online.
I've heard it over
All
and
right,
over.
okay.
I've heard
It's
it
a
over
really
and
good
over.
speech, and he's a Republican, and he's talking, and you're absolutely. Where is the money going to come
Yeah,
from?
right.
All right. Why aren't we better in science than we were? That's where the money came from.
I can tell you right now, take a look. Look at here in New Hampshire. If you go back and look at the statistics, and this is my personal belief now, and I looked at my district in the school systems. In 1999, the Claremont decision that happened here in New Hampshire, okay, more money went to the states, to the schools. We threw more money into it. My district used to be number one in the state. Londonderry used to have the number one school system in the state. Now we're like 33 here, 23 here,
Why?
24 here, different
Why?
schools. Why? Because we threw more money into something. The unions got bigger and bigger.
Oh no no!
We got government involved
I'll-
in the teaching.
I'll tell you
instead
what,
of letting the
Al,
teachers do their
Al,
job.
I'll tell you what. If the person out there is sitting doing a computer and that's his work, okay, you're a politician. Don't
No,
make a statement
I'm
like
not.
that. That's a
Wait.
dumb statement.
I wanna clear something up.
Because if you're correct,
Wait a minute.
why aren't you
Wait a
changing
minute.
it?
I want to clarify.
I want to know. I want to ask you a
I'll tell you
question.
in a second.
If it is, you're correct.
I'm gonna
Why
tell
aren't you changing it?
I'm going to tell you in a second.
Change it.
I'm going to tell you how I did.
You
First
did.
of all, yes. I'm going
You
to tell
mean
you.
you're back again?
I'm going to tell him how we fixed
Wait,
it.
where are you
First of
from?
all-
First of all.
First of all, he made a comment there that was stupid. I'm not a politician like he is. I consider myself elected official. A politician will sit here and give you BS to get a vote. I'm going to look you in the eye and tell you the facts. Now, what did I do about it? I helped push school choice. I helped push charter school. I helped push homeschool. I helped push competition within the public school system to make our education better. Why are our children in homeschool and charter schools scoring better than the children in our public schools? And we got some great public school teachers. They want to be released. The teachers want to teach, okay? But they're restricted. What did we just do? The Republicans just this year we passed there, getting rid of a lot of the testing to the children because they're spending time teaching the test instead of science, math, English,
Oh God.
and all this.
Oh God.
They're teaching to the test.
You know, Al.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, you are.
Tell me how I'm wrong.
Yeah, no.
Tell me how I'm
No,
wrong.
you're taking one pebble out of a mountain.
Tell
and
me
you're
how.
Saying you're trying
Tell
to
me
make
what the one pebble
Let's
is.
look at its
Tell
totality.
me what the one
Let's
pebble
look
is.
at its totality.
Tell me what the one pebble
We
is.
are not number one in math.
I know
we
that.
are not number
I know
one in
that.
science.
But we're
we are
doing-
not number one in infant mortality.
But the
We are not number one.
Republicans are doing everything throughout the country to get the government out of the education, out of the schools. Let moms and dads get involved and let the teachers teach and let them do their thing. You all want government involved. Government's the answer. I'm sorry, I disagree.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done.
All right.
Now tell me where the pebble.
No.
Tell me about the pebble.
Let us
Tell
check.
me about the pebble you're talking about on where I'm wrong. You said I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong.
Look, Al, you're using schools
No,
as an example
but I'm,
and
but I'm
teaching
putting out what I
students.
see and talk to
All right,
teachers.
let me.
Okay, go
All
ahead.
right, okay.
Good.
If public education goes away,
Nobody wants it to go away. I think it's a great
you
system.
are going to
I think
lose
Nobody wants public school
what
system
made
to go away.
American the greatest country on
Ken,
earth.
you just
Why
throw
is it
garbage.
changing?
Who wants the
Why
public
is it changing?
schools? I already brought up my answer why I believe it's changing. You said I'm wrong. Tell me how I'm wrong. I think public schools, they need competition. I think because
public
if
schools
you
don't
let,
need competition.
if you look at today,
No,
we got
they
more
don't,
administrators. We got less children in classrooms than when I grew up, okay? People were still going on to college when I grew up there. I went into the military, then went on to school.
Yeah, I know.
Okay?
Yeah. You know, it's really fascinating is that a politician, who he says he's not,
I'm not a
will talk
politician.
about everything but getting the public schools to work well. The public schools have the buildings. The people who go out to buy buildings to start charter schools don't own the buildings right away.
Right, yes. So
All
what?
right?
You don't have to own a
So it
building.
goes on, and the prices, and they don't have to take the people who are in wheelchairs. Did you know that?
No, yes, they do. They're
Did
still,
you know
they're still
that?
taking. I see kids.
Did
who
you know?
I still. That's,
Incorrect.
that is incorrect. You're wrong.
Well, wait a minute.
You're wrong.
Wait a minute.
Matter of fact, the director.
Yeah,
I know there's a
got
guy.
a question. You told me, God, that you didn't have to take the people who were disabled.
I never said that.
You said you're making. You said you're making your choice.
Don't argue with me.
Yeah. Thank you, God. Once again, he's proven wrong.
A public charter school goes by lottery
Right.
entrance.
Yes,
There is no distinguishing one from another.
that's right. Yeah, the man above,
So
our fact checker,
so
said there's no
the
distinction. They
absolute
go by lottery
majority of the
because they can only take
students
so many kids.
are not handicapped.
Mm-hmm.
If you put the handicapped into a loan,
But they are in
and
the,
every
they are-
charter
Have you
school
ever walked
had
into
to
charter
take
school?
handicap.
Have you ever walked into charter school? I've been in right now into 3
My
charter
wife's
schools.
taught in a charter school for
Okay?
11 years.
I've been
yeah.
in a couple of charter schools already. The one in Nashua and the brand new one that went over in Londonderry. Been over there a few times. I mean in Manchester. And then there's another one in Manchester I've been to. But anyways, why are their children scoring higher on tests and they're doing it for less? They're doing it about $5,500 per student versus $14,000, $15,000, $16,000 per kid in the public school. How come? Now they're paying rent. The
How
public
many
school,
charter schools go
the
out of
public
business?
school owned the
How many
building.
charter schools go out of
I
business?
don't know any in New Hampshire.
25?
I don't know.
50%?
No, you just threw out-
60% of
you
charter
just-
schools
no,
go out of
you-
business?
You just threw out a bogus number here. Now.
Well, a lot
Show
of
me
charter
the truth.
schools go out of
Show me
business.
factual to back up what you just said. Show me back up what you,
You know,
just said.
you know something? I can take your side.
I know no
Will
charter
you
school.
please let me talk?
You are
I
government.
No, I can take your side. You know how I can take your
Something's
side?
not going. This is twice today now. Taking my side.
Because it looks like our public schools are not doing what they're supposed to do.
The teachers want to do what they
No,
want.
no,
Let the teachers teach.
no, okay? But what's happening is everyone wants to get rid of the union. Let's get rid of the union.
no.
Charter schools don't have unions, but the union says, okay, let's work. Oh, no, we don't want to be it. We don't want any unions. We don't want any teachers on unions. You don't want to protect teachers. My wife taught 11 years at a charter school.
Okay, is she
It
still
turned
teaching?
out really cliquish.
Why did she
and
leave?
they fired people.
Why did she
for
leave?
no reason at all.
Why did she leave? Why did she leave? The
Better
wife.
job.
Better job. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, better job.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Are you ready? All right. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I got an idea.
He threw out they fire people, but with no backing. No, I don't see that. I've been in all these chats.
No, yeah,
Matter of
you
fact,
haven't.
Nashua, one of your former state reps, is the director of the one in Manchester, Miss Moody, Honorable Moody. Okay, you remember her? State representative?
She's not from Nashville. I think she's from Merrimack.
I thought she was, it may be mad, but she was
Moody,
a
a
Nashua.
little
she was
tiny,
yeah, she
tiny.
was a little sweet lady.
Yeah,
was
I
a
worked
hard
at
charger.
I worked at a
Liberty
radio
rep.
station with her.
Yeah, but anyway, she was she's the director of one of the charter schools.
I
Okay,
believe
the one
it.
in
She
Manchester.
was a
You know?
representative.
Yeah, she was a rep, but I don't see anyone getting fired. I don't see like that what you just
Okay.
said. You throw out garbage once again.
I got a great idea. Let's
What's that?
let's change the subject a little.
Okay, where do you want to go?
All
Back
right.
to Trump again?
No,
Since you're stuck on him?
No. I want to show you how we can make some money.
I don't want to make money. I want to be able. It depends. What
The
do you look?
s- Excuse me.
what's the
If a
money make the money from?
taxpayer puts money into the state, do you want the taxpayer to get the most out of what they put into the state?
Tell me, you know something? Our taxpayers are pretty much taxed out.
You
Our
didn't hear me,
taxpayers.
did you?
But you want them to. You want to take more money.
Well,
Tell me
hold-
why you
no,
want to take
no,
more
no,
money
no,
out of my
no,
pocket.
didn't say that.
Okay.
If a taxpayer gives $1 to the state,
Yeah.
all
Okay.
right, do they want 50 cents worth of it being done? Do they want $1 worth? Or would they like to have $4 or $5 for every dollar that they put
Well,
in?
naturally they want money to come back. Then that's why we gotta.
So if we can
You know
find
something?
that, are you for it?
Well, the thing is, we just put in business taxes in last year and another tax coming this year and the next 2 years. Do you know we got almost a $60 million surplus in the state because of what we've done cutting taxes? And, now it gave us a little bit more to spend because we had to cover the more people that got on Medicaid. Am I right? We had to cover expanded Medicaid.
Yes.
God, that was going to cost us
Oh,
nothing.
don't worry about.
It was
Don't
going
worry
to
about
cost
that.
zero,
Hey,
but we had to put
hey,
another
don't worry
60-some
about
million
that
in there
when these 17
that we didn't
men.
budget for it.
Why is there only 17 men, all Republicans, and no women in one room?
What are you talking
making
about?
up the making up the
What are you talking about?
health laws and
I don't understand
everything?
what you're talking about.
The Republicans? There's
Where are
only
you-
been 17 in one room.
Where are you getting this from? There are many Republican women senators working in the background.
No, there weren't. When it started out, there was 17. All right, okay.
He watches CNN and everybody else said anything.
Oh,
Trump,
the fake news.
anything
fake
Trump,
news.
anything Trump does,
It's all fake
they try to
news.
find fault in it instead of what great things he did in France, great things he did with all the Muslim countries want to fight terrorism.
You know, Al.
give him a
I
credit.
know. I
Give
know.
him some credit.
I know. $14 million for $700,000. Okay, that may not seem much to you.
What? 14,000?
$14 million for $700,000. It doesn't sound like a lot to you.
How? How? Tell me how. How's this? Tell me the scheme that you're coming up with. How do they make it? How do you invest 700,000 and bring back 14 million?
I've got a question.
Tell me. No,
Yeah,
tell
okay,
me.
okay.
Tell me the
All right,
scheme.
hold on a second. I have a question. The state has been giving state arts money.
Okay.
No one has ever asked them, is there a profit? Do they make a profit with it?
Right.
Why?
I don't know why. You're in commerce. You tell me. You know it
I
all.
didn't know why.
You don't know why. You're an artist.
So Representative Rice and myself put
Yeah.
together a committee to study the economic impact of the arts and
Okay.
culture in the state of New Hampshire.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Why?
We don't know why.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
So-
just like anything else, they want to spend.
So we
money
wanted
to-
the numbers,
Yeah.
okay? We
Okay.
wanted the numbers.
All right.
And we started this committee, and they hated me. They didn't want to talk to me. All they wanted to do was study.
Democrats hate you
You know,
anyways.
you know something. You know, I've been there a long time. when
Democrats hate
somebody
you
says, "I
anyways.
want to start a study," to study another study,
Right.
you know, it's a paper storm. You know, you can walk out like this.
Yeah.
All
You already
right.
got the study. It comes out the same way. But go ahead.
Right. All right. So there is Representative Rice and myself. I'm one of the chairs of the committee. There's 14 people in there, and we only wanted like 4 and 3 representatives and 1 senator. In other words, it was manageable. 14 people from committee show up. Before the meeting starts, they've all got together, including the other chair, and all agreed to study studies. So when I said, wait a minute, you got a problem here. We're 45th in the United States for funding the arts. I want to know why we're 45th. And can we fix it somehow?
Are we number 1 or 2 in mental health issues with drug programs, problems? Are we number 1 or 2 with the most deaths in the country?
I'm trying to make...
I know. I'm just
Can-
trying to tell
can
you
I- all right.
where priorities go. But
All
go
right,
ahead.
okay. So I go to 40... No, we're 45. I go to state 46, 48, and 50. And I want to know why they're worse than us. Only to find out they're not only worse than us, they got $700,000 out of the legislators because there was matching funds of $700,000. That's $1.4 million. I go back to the committee and I said, why didn't you tell us that? I've been asking you these questions. We don't know. Like I said, I got one more question to ask you. I took a $10 bill out. This is true. I took a $1 bill. State of New Hampshire is giving the arts money. Is there a financial profit that's going into the Treasury? They wouldn't answer me.
I don't know how you can tell. When we
They wouldn't
don't-
wait, hold on a second.
How can you tell?
They wouldn't answer, and they wouldn't answer, right? Did it again. Finally, they come up with a number of $10 for every dollar.
I don't know how they could. That's a
Okay,
bogus number.
no,
I disagree.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. That's what they said about tourism when they said it was $9 or $7. They went out and had it verified. It's $9.75 for every dollar they put in. All right. So I say to the individual, this is right inside of a meeting, can you verify $10? I want to verify it.
Right. I'd like to see the verification.
Me too. She says, well, the year before we made 30. I said, oh, wait, excuse me, that's impossible.
That's
Can you
right.
can you verify 10? 3 times she said yes. I said, my job is over. You see, We only got $350,000 last year for the odds.
Right.
If we would have got 700,000, matching funds of 700,000 times
Okay.
10 is 14 million for $700,000.
Now-
hold on. Let me finish. I want to finish. You ready?
Okay, go ahead. I don't see how they come up with $30. I can't see how you can figure out how to come up with 10. What are you counting? Popcorn? You counting, what we get for meals and rooms tax? The 9%?
Do you think that I would not give you true numbers?
Yes.
Did I just tell you verification?
You did say you questioned
Okay,
how they verify.
verification.
Yes, you did say that.
When I went to 3 states below us and asked them, they told me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So from 45, we're to 48.
Mm-hmm.
So they told me why they got the money.
Yeah.
So when I came up and I asked our committee, I asked the people from the odds, they said, well, we don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody asked them. So what it comes down to, verification, all right, $10, 700,000, 1.4, 14 million for 700,000. I got a question to ask you. If that's close, let's say it's 5, so it's 7 million for 700,000. Is that worth it?
Oh, it is, but you got to show me how.
Right.
You got to show me how instead of pulling numbers out of the sky.
Really? So I go to the governor, who, by the way, is a muralist. He does art. I sit down with him. I got 4 minutes, right? You got 4 minutes.
Wow,
So I tell
must have
him
been
about the $10.
Yeah.
I tell him about the 700, 14 million for. He goes, they didn't tell me that. They only needed $62,000 to get another person to work there. I got a question to ask you. How do you get the state of New Hampshire and that group to do that, to verify the numbers?
I don't know how they can verify. How do you know that I go out to dinner or that I gas up when I go to an art show? How do you know that? How do you, there's no tax on, maybe we should put a tax on the tickets so that way we can figure it out. Because we don't know the numbers on the tickets, they're assuming. Okay, or how many comes in there into that theater to watch that show or, whatever.
Well, well, first of all, I happen to agree with you. And for years and years and years, tourism has been saying is, hey, we're like $7, $8. Everybody goes, that's impossible. You can't do that. So they spent $150,000 for a 2-year study of what they were making. Came down to $9.75 for every dollar
I
spent.
don't see how they can figure that out.
Well,
I'd be interested to see the study.
okay. Well, you know something?
I can tell you, I went to the wrestling matches.
I know where. Let me ask you a
know my
question.
son's-
Because
wait, before
we're
you finish.
talking about art,
Right, I
right?
know.
Let me finish.
You've been going on.
I
the last 10
go
minutes.
to the governor, and I say 700,000 for 14 million. He goes, they didn't tell me. I said, okay. Guess what they did? They started another study. Another study
Is
from
that gonna
my
cost
study.
another 150 grand for the study?
No, they're not going to study that.
Oh, they're going to look at all the other studies.
Nah, Jesus.
What are you saying?
So.
Is that what they're going to do? Look at all the other studies that were done?
Listen, if we could convince somebody up there to hire somebody and get rid of somebody in the arts, New Hampshire arts state paying them the arts, they work for the state. People who are as knowledgeable business, economic as they are in arts, and start treating it like a business. You want to
No.
know why? Because the first thing they would do is they would try to verify. And let's say it's only $5. Well, guess what? The governor now has some numbers to work with, right? So doesn't finance have some numbers to work with? And it's run like a business. Anyway.
Business,
Before
I think,
happens.
I think the arts are running like a business there. I went to the
Not the state.
I went to the
Not the state.
Will you let me say something here? I went to the Verizon Center about a month and a half ago. I went with my 3 sons, and I went with my son-in-law, my future son-in-law there. But before we went there, we went across the street to Murphy's Tap Room, owned by Representative Keith Murphy there. And we ate and everything and went over to the Verizon Center. Didn't pay anything. We didn't eat popcorn, nothing like that, because we already ate dinner prior to even going there. All we had was the tickets there for the arts, because wrestling's considered, it's a show, that they put on there, whatever, You know, we've enjoyed it since we were kids, but you know what I'm saying? I didn't get no gas.
You know.
But I did spend money across the
You
street.
know, the great problem is because people see arts taking place,
Mm-hmm.
they don't realize they're thinking with 45, let's say, percentage
But how's
of
the state making money? Tell me
wait
how
a
the
minute.
state
wait,
making
wait,
money.
of thinking that way.
Can you tell me, educate me, how is the state making money off of that? We have arts in the Common. They do a great job in my town in Londonderry. They do an awesome job in other cities and towns. I think.
What's the
national.
state do for them?
Nothing. We don't need the state.
All right, yeah, you
We
do.
don't need
Yeah,
government.
you do. Yeah, you do.
No, why?
Because
Why do you need
you
government?
want to know something.
Tell me why.
Al, I'm an art professional artist. You know that, right?
Okay, right.
The arts to me are very important.
I
Hey,
know.
guess what? Have you heard me talk about art as art being good? You heard me talk about finances.
How does the state make money off of you selling art? How do they make money? Tell me, educate me. Sell me on this why I should support it.
All right, I'll tell you.
How does the state make money?
Wait, I'll tell you. You want to know something?
Yeah,
Lowell, Massachusetts. Just Lowell, Massachusetts.
right.
Population of
They got
111,000.
a lot of starving artists over there.
No,
I know.
111,000
Right.
people.
Yeah.
They have 300 places for artists to rent. They're all filled with a waiting list.
Mm-hmm.
111,000. 1.2 million people in
Okay.
New Hampshire. We don't have 300 to bring the people in.
300 what?
That's how you
Wait,
start.
300
Artists.
You say, yeah, we got artists all
You
over
build
the state.
them, they will come. That's
Bill-
how you make money.
Bill
That's
O'Brien's
how you
wife
start
is an
moving
artist.
up.
My wife is an artist. I don't understand what you're saying. There's not, unless you do the right art, there's not a lot of money there in selling art.
You know something? What I have done is I've done like 6 months of work in 5 minutes, and I can understand why you would feel that way. But if the numbers are true, just half the numbers are true, and I'm right.
So you're saying we should bring in more artists and not workers?
Oh no, that's part of what the state should do.
Yeah, but
bring in artists.
Shouldn't we bring in people that want to work
They
in
pay
all
rent.
these companies?
They pay rent.
I understand, but what about all these other people?
Wait,
companies?
a small artist is a
What
small
do-
business.
What do
Nobody
we,
ever thought of it in
Yeah,
those
but-
terms.
But thing is, what
100
they
artists
need
is
the
what, an
government-
industry?
They need the government to come into New Hampshire.
No,
up?
they don't need
What
the
do you say?
government.
Then what are you saying?
They need the government to get them to come to New Hampshire.
Why?
Oh, never mind.
This is where I'm lost.
Why?
We got
I know
artists-
you're lost.
Go to the
Well, I'll
beaches.
tell you what.
Go
We're
to the
45th in the United States.
to the beaches and look
why
at all
don't
the artists
Why
there.
don't you get on?
Okay.
You're constantly saying get on. You get on the internet and look at number one.
I don't wanna.
And by the way,
You know, son, we're a tourist state. We
Good.
get millions of dollars come in on our tourism.
by
here.
the
If
way,
the artists aren't coming in,
one of
something's wrong.
considered one of the most creative places in the United States for small cities.
Yeah.
Do you know where it is? It's in New Hampshire. You know what
is it?
city?
What?
Peterborough.
Peterborough? Yeah.
Why?
Oh, you be talking because they got all the artists out there in Peterborough and Keene and all that area there. I see a lot of artists there.
That's right.
When I would go out, used to go out there.
So
but
that nationally, they're showing us how to do it.
you see,
bring more artists
they're
there.
coming and they didn't need government help because when they sell art in New Hampshire,
We're not
there's
saying
no
you
sales
need
tax.
government help.
The state makes no money.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, take my word for it. If I say we're 45th and there's ways to do it.
36
I'll tell
seconds.
you
How
what.
do they get in touch with
I'll
you?
tell you what. The state's not doing its job and they're wasting money.
I'm Representative Al Baldessaro, and I'm from Londonderry. I'm on my 6th term. You can get me on Facebook, on Instagram, everything there. 425-6997, 41 Hall Road, Londonderry.
Ken Gidge, I'm with a senator. We have a Jackson Pollock silk screen.
A Republican
Give me a call
senator.
at 864-9332. I hope you enjoyed the show. See you next time.
Go Trump.
Oh, go Hillary. Go
She's already-
Trump.
The preceding program was provided by an independent producer solely responsible for its content. The opinions expressed do not necessarily represent the views of this station, its staff, board of directors, or underwriters.